Welcome to my English country garden. Ooh, there's a few chemtrails up there. This time last year, or the year before, I mean all the way since 2020, I'm like a lot of people I suppose, I did not enjoy being locked in my house, and having a little garden area was a pretty good idea, but it still makes you question what it was all about. Why were we all locked in our houses, told there was a killer bug outside, and told to wear masks, and told quite a lot of other things actually. Now, I never got vaccinated. Let me put that up front before I get all these messages, because I don't believe the vaccines were a good thing. I really don't. But I got ill and I didn't have the vaccines. Okay, I got ill because something about COVID, something about SARS-CoV-2, the actual pathogen, made a lot of people ill, and I'm one of them. So 2019, before it all happened, I was bombing around on a motorbike, I was dancing, I was fit, I was happy, I was healthy. I had a great life, I had social life, I had friends, or so I thought. They all disappeared pretty quickly when I ran out of money because I lost my job, and because I was so ill. I was in and out of hospital all the time, I had a little stroke. Turns out I had multiple organ damage. I became the Oxford University guinea pig because initially I got it so early on, nobody could even believe it. I couldn't believe it. And in fact, they tested me for everything. They tested me for Zika, malaria, Ebola. They tested me for everything, even the first SARS. And the only thing I came out positive for actually was yellow fever. I know you probably won't believe it. I'm going to post the results and show you. It's a long and complicated story, and everybody has a story. Everybody in some way lost relationships, maybe lost lives of people they loved. And I came out the other end, and I'm lucky. I'm still not well, and I've still got a body that's damaged, and I still probably will never be able to get back on a motorbike because all my joints and all my other bits that I need to be fit and healthy and happy are no longer going to be as fit as I need them to be. But it makes me question why. Why did this whole, I'm going to call it a bioweapon. You know, I resisted saying that for a long time because, well, you'd be thrown off social media platforms. You'd be thought to be some crazy conspiracy theorist. And all of the above happened to me. I was thrown off Clubhouse by one doctor that made one complaint because I said that it was likely the women that were having problems with fertility or irregular menstrual cycles might be having it because of something to do with either the COVID vaccine or the damage caused by COVID to their bodies. Yeah, it was a bad time. It was a bad time. So now we know, now we have seen in the US Congress lots and lots of interviews, lots of reports. We even see Fauci. Fauci confessed he made up the 6-foot rule. Oh, how far apart do we need to stay? Let's make up a number. So there's a lot of things we can talk about now. But why is nobody answering the question? What was it for? People said depopulation. Really? Well, indirectly, possibly, there's been a 16% drop in fertility. It is claimed a 22% drop in sperm mobility. All these numbers come from reports you can see on my profile, by the way. And so it is a good likelihood there will be less healthy babies born. But was that really what they were trying to do? And when I say they, I have to mean the USA, the US military, and the US taxpayer, who unfortunately financed it all through grants that were given from the NIH, the NIAID, the USAID, DARPA, all these people working together in a militaristic fashion. And it all kicked off, let's face it, pretty much at the military games in Wuhan on the 19th of November, 2019. So where are we today? Well, strangely enough, it depends where you live. Because if you live in one of the countries that distributed and probably mandated mRNA COVID vaccine, then your country could well be seeing a lot of non-COVID excess deaths, thrombotic events, strokes and heart attacks in younger people, athletes dying on the football pitch or tennis court. But if you live in one of those countries that refused or did not, for some reason, take the mRNA COVID vaccine and give it freely to the people in your country, you should be sitting there quite happy with yourself. And you know who I'm referring to? Ironically, I'm referring to the BRICS countries. Because China, India, Russia, even North Korea, most of those countries did not use mRNA COVID vaccines. They did not suffer non-COVID excess deaths. And they do not have lots of young people in their 30s and 40s having heart attacks and strokes. If you look at the United Nations countries, on the other hand, any of the countries that follows as an ally, perhaps in a military way, the United States, then the picture is different. Why the dichotomy? And why is the United States still the most vigorous in defending the vaccine and pushing it, and the last to stop giving it or forcing it on people? Are they really trying to kill their own people and their veterans as well? Their military first. Why? What was the big reason behind it? I'm still not entirely sure. Are you? Let me know.